Hey guys, I'm Nicole with Sono, and today for this tutorial we are going to be doing a really fun common trend right now, which is pastel silver or chrome or whatever you want to call it. Whatever the case, we're doing silver on our hair extensions. Since Sono doesn't make any of the pastel colors, I'm just going to show you how to color them and customize them, make them just how you want them. So the color we're going to start off with is number 1001. It's the lightest blonde that Sono offers. If you're going to do any color of pastel, make sure you're doing a number 1001. You always want to pick the lightest blonde possible with the least amount of a golden or yellowish tint to it. It makes the pastels more of a true and pretty color. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. The formula that I have today is by Redken Shades EQ, and it actually is 1 ounce of a 9B and 1/2 ounce of a 9T, just mixed with their processing solution. If you're wondering why I put the 9T in there, you can also use crystal clear inside as well. It's just that I find the 9B is a little bit too dark for my liking. I definitely will use it as a new growth color for some, but as I get out on the ends, I kind of want to dilute it a little bit. So that's why I put some of the 9T in there. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and color them. So to do a solid color, whether you were doing pastel or an all over color hair, it's the same process in general. The most important thing here is saturation. So using our tint bowl and brush here, you just want to make sure you get all the way to the top of the extension piece. And don't be afraid to go all the way up to the part where it's sewn and bonded. You want to get it all the way to the top. And just making sure you're dragging that color all the way down. Remember to always be using a semi or demi-permanent hair color, and a lot of the professional lines out there anyway, when they're pastels, they're usually demi or semi anyway, so you should be good there. If you're not a professional and you still want to color your hair pastel, you can either take it to your stylist, which is always, I think, the best option, or if you are going to go ahead and do it at home, there are some brands that Sally's carries. They do have a Wella and they have their own brand, and they also do have just way demi-permanent things like Manic Panic or other things like that where they wash out, of course, a lot easier, don't stain as well, but keep in mind anyway, you want to wash the pastels, including your own hair and the extension hair, as least as you can, just because they fade so quick. That's what's nice about clip-ins is you can take them out. So once you've covered one whole side completely, I always like to flip my hair extensions over, and as you can see, it isn't fully saturated in a lot of spots, so that's why I flip it over. You always want to make sure you get the underside, because all these spots wouldn't be saturated and you would have all of these blonde pieces inside, which you don't want. And it kind of helps if you push it side to side a little bit too, to make sure you really work it in there. I'm just going ahead and press it kind of in there. You want to make sure you're not necessarily scraping or wiping a whole lot of product down, but more gently setting it down onto the extension. And as you can see, it's already turning quite gray. Lift up the clips on the underside and make sure you get under there, just so that it's fully covered all the way to the top. And like I said, you can get that sewn part up at the top too. And once you feel like you are completely covered and saturated, you're done. Okay, so we let our hair extensions process for the amount of time the manufacturer recommends. You just need to always make sure that you're watching hair extensions quite closely. They do process a little bit different just than normal hair, just because the process it's been through before. So I always recommend checking it every 5 minutes and rinsing it when you feel like you need to. But, so this is our final result of silver. And look how fun and pretty that is. We washed it, dried it, and even curl bit. But that's the reason why I also put a 9T in it. You can see with this silver with redkin of a 9B, it definitely has a nice bluish undertone, which I like. I like that depth to be there, especially as it washes out so quickly. It gives a little bit more of that depth retaining in the hair. But that's why we did dilute it just a little bit with the 9T. So there's your silver hair tutorial. Of course, the process goes the same with any other pastels, but if you want us to do any other hair tutorials on other color techniques with hair extensions, make sure you put it in the comments below and I'll do a tutorial on that. Other than that, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and continue to follow this hair color extension journey with us. And thank you so much for watching.